So let's get right to it. How to get the most orders and high paying orders in Fort Walton, Destin, Pensacola areas in the state of Florida. And this works well with other states too. Um, First of all, if you've ever been in a gentleman's club, whether you're a girl or guy or a trans, you have to know that the new showgirl of the day or male entertainer of the day is always going to make the most money because they're brand new, whether they're professional or just started. Uh, so, uh, if you are having problems in your area getting orders, and your ratings are pretty good, it's because there's just too many dashers or not enough food orders. So it does a lot of good to go to a nearby area. If you work Fort Walton, then go into, Destin. If you work um, Destin, you may want to go into Fort Walton, or, you want to go uh, to Pensacola if you're in Fort Walton. Pensacola has a ton of orders, and new dashers of the day can make a lot of money. I work all over the states for DoorDash, so I know. I've started all the new ones. As a matter of fact, I started the Fort Walton Destin area. It took me 2 years to get Tony Zoo to open this area. And I was here the day of opening with one other driver. Actually, we had three, but one gave up. And the orders were flying on the very first day. I have never seen that in any city in the United States where the orders flew on the first day. It was like one or two, that was it, from open to close. So here's the thing. I do want to tell you that Destin really has a lot of orders because, of course, there's a lot of tourism at this time of year. We got the spring and summer breaks loaded into one because Corona postponed it. It got shut down the first week of spring break, which is a big, big time of the year. It's the biggest money maker of the year in any business in the Fort Walton Destin area and most of the Florida resort areas. So I was talking to Dash the other day, and I said, boy, if you can do Destin. And he was like, well, yeah, I've done that. But the thing is, you need to be there early in the morning. And there's a donut place there. You don't have to wait in the drive-thru. I don't do drive-thru orders. I absolutely will not, unless I'm in Pensacola and I'm working till 2 or 4 in the morning. And that's all that's open. But I don't do drive-thru. I've got to be able to park and go in and get my order and go over it with one of the reps of the restaurant, because we're not supposed to touch the food. We're not supposed to be opening boxes or any of that kind of stuff. We're supposed to go over it with a rep of that restaurant to make sure that all the stuff's there. And I promise you that 80% of the time, the food's wrong. So you really need to get with a representative of the restaurant, because we are not licensed food handlers. We're only delivery people. They're licensed to do it. That store is responsible for that food. And it ruins our ratings when the food's not there or it's the wrong stuff. I got an order yesterday that was ridiculous. It wasn't anywhere close to what, the guy had ordered. And I mean, I haven't looked at it, and I've never eaten from that place before. But it just didn't seem to me, for the money that he spent and what the order sounded like, that was it. And I was right. Boy, about 8 minutes after I left, he sent me a message, said, this is entirely the wrong food. And I was like, it's the only thing we got right was the drink, right? And actually, the girl at the store, when I talked to her later, I was called for another order there, had told me, she said, yeah, I believe it. She said, because we had a couple orders screwed up. And what happens at this particular store is they have 5 chefs. They're cooking away. They throw a box up there and go, yep, that's it. And then the girl that packs it up doesn't check to see that that's it. She just puts the sealed box in the bag. And then they have a little printout. Some of these stores that are hooked up with DoorDash have a little printout with the customer's name and the pieces on the order. And that's what they go by. And they're supposed to pack it up and then give it to the dasher so they can go. And the worst problem is a lot of them just take their time, drag their feet. And if the owner of the store was there, they would just be out there with a machete, because that's food that's just flying. It's got to go, 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 go. And it runs way faster than their drive-through or their indoor service ever will. That's selling merchandise. That's getting product out. And people are staying at home right now, so there's an unreal amount of orders with the app gig services. So it would be nice if they'd really get somebody in there that was quick and would pay attention to us instead of just hate us. There's one girl that in this one store I go to, and I'll say, okay, I have an order for Danny. And then she'll, kind of look at me like with total hate, turn around and finally get the order, and then slap it on the counter and walk away. And I'll say, okay, and that's supposed to be chicken, and then a beef, and then a salad, and where's the beverage? And the girl will be mad as fire. She's like, that's it. It's all there. And that's really bad. That is really, really bad. But, again, I'd rather go in the restaurant because it's easier to check the food on their counter than to be, handing it back and forth through a drive-thru window and taking up their drive-thru business. Some of these restaurants you can park in the next parking lot real quick and beside it, so you don't take up their room, and then run in and go get that food real quick, and be loading it into your bags and stuff while you're there. So that's a really big thing. But I'm going to tell you, the Destin area is slammed with orders from like 5 in the morning on. And the donut place there, you can park next to the donut place because of 40 people in the drive-thru, and just go in that store and step up to the counter nicely and tell the girl, hi, I have a DoorDash order for Gretchen. And the customers will look at you like you're a freak. But you have your hot and your cold bag with you, so they know, And the girl's really happy to give it to you, because she's got a stack of them sitting on the counter that haven't been moved yet. And the pay is very, very good, and the distance for driving is very, very short. So all those orders are $10 and up in the Destin area. And generally around $14 to $20 an order. And they're small orders, I've had people order $100 sushi. $100 sushi roll. And, it's one thing, it's the size of a small loaf of bread. So, yeah, but the thing is that once you go to Destin, you're not coming back to Fort Walton for that day until in the evening, because you can't get over the bridge. You cannot get over the 2 bridges. So, if you're having trouble getting orders in Fort Walton, or you're getting disgusted with some of the restaurants in Fort Walton, go to Destin for open. Go there for opening early in the morning, and sit next to one of those donut places or breakfast places, and you will have order after order and good paying orders, and you don't have to drive far. There's a lot of people ordering at Harbor Walk. I promoted Harbor Walk a lot, and so a lot of the employees there will order from DoorDash because it's cheaper than eating there. Because that place, like Beverly Hills, California, it's really expensive there. And so there's a lot of DoorDash orders there, and you can park in the 10-minute parking that's up there, next to the stairs, where you can just run it down real quick. Or if you can get them to meet you in the 10-minute parking, you send them a text message, say, would you like to meet me in the 10-minute parking? By Margaritaville, and or the coffee place. And a lot of the people will run up there and grab it from you. They don't mind because they're employees. If they're in the hotel, you don't deliver to hotel rooms. Most hotels will not let people in. That's the whole idea of a hotel, is the privacy. So they don't give out room numbers or any of that stuff. And you'll have to tell them, I'll leave it at the desk at the lobby, or you need to meet me at the lobby entrance. I'll be in a white Mercedes. And the customer will gladly meet you. Uber Eats, they got to meet the driver. Uber Eats doesn't get out. They don't get out delivering nothing. So, and that's the way it should be. That's the way it really, really should be. Um, but that's one of the things. You know, if it's kind of dragging in Fort Walton, you're not getting good orders, or you're mad at some of the people that have stores there, go to Pensacola for the day. It's sure not far. And a lot of that area is open up in the Navarre area and stuff too. And you will never believe the orders you will get being a first timer over there, or go down there certain days of the week. The orders are fantastic in Pensacola. And today they have a ton of drivers over there, but I could still go in there and make bank. You know, DoorDash is great when you're traveling. You know, if you wanted to go somewhere, Biloxi or whatever, you make your money on the way, make your money on the way back. You know, I normally go to NOLA once a month, and Biloxi, and I DoorDash all the way and all the way back. That pays my gas, yeah, and my fuel. So check it out. But that's how you do it. But I'm telling you, Dustin's banking right now. There's just not enough drivers for all those orders. But if you go, it's like no turning back. You've got to get down there early enough that you could get through and go ahead and stay with it, because the money is just intense. And work as long as you feel like it. And when you get ready to leave, go ahead. But I'm just telling you, it's hard to get through Destin bridges and Fort Walton bridges, you know, unless it's early morning or late at night. So, but once you get there, you're banking. I'm telling you, you're banking. It's all tourists. All tourists. They're big money orders. So check it out. Talk to you later. You have a great one. And may the money tree crash on your stage, because DoorDash delivers not good, but the best drivers. Talk to you later. Have a great one.